So, this is a year later, and we're right back to it. Cops once again at my door. There's my ex, along with some cops. Two more cop cars again.
Oh, pretty long this time.
Don't let her twist those words, officer. I'll tell you right now, I'm recording this.
Recording me?
I'm recording everything.
We've had this issue since last year. This is our week.
Oh yeah,
This is our week. Sorry, I'm Robin.
Oh,
Hi.
sorry. All good, sorry.
this is our regular weekend.
What's up?
Before we get into it, do you mind if I describe your info?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And we'll get right into it. That's DEVON?
IN.
IN, sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last name?
DEE.
Birthday?
February 12th, 1986.
And you live here? And phone number?
905-975-8312. I'm going to make this perfectly clear. I am not here to negotiate this year. And unlawful entry will be considered as just.
Yeah, I just got your man.
I know. I'm just letting you know because we went through this last year and it's a constant trend with
We
her.
went to court last year,
Okay.
and then we went. The first judge gave us a copy that was very unclear about the summer schedule.
Okay.
She dragged us back to court again. The new judge clarification. This is the new one
Okay.
on everything that which was unclear.
Yep.
So this is.
This was also her lawyer that
Oh yeah,
wrote
it's her
this
lord
up.
that and the judge
So-
that did this. So here it tells him when they get the kids. So he gets them the first week of August, like the first full week of August,
Okay.
and she gets them the second full week of August.
Okay.
And because I miss out on time,
The
I
week-
then get the Thursday and the weekend immediately following
Which-
her weekend, which isn't our weekend.
and then it goes back to our regular
Schedule.
which is this weekend.
Yes.
She did this last year, and they didn't do nothing about it because
And you can even look it up in last year's file. Same shit happened.
So this was the Thursday immediately following.
yes,
would be
that was
last.
Last Thursday.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we get the kids.
Not this Thursday,
We
but
get
the
the
one
kids
before.
every weekend I have off.
So when would you have the kids until
My school.
Till school.
school? So
Yeah.
sorry, I don't know school.
That'd be
Such a
Tuesday,
It's
this
coming
Tuesday.
This Tuesday, okay. Is that the
That's the 3rd of September.
3rd of September? Okay.
Because we get them from, or actually,
Because
yeah,
our regular court order also states that I'm entitled to, what is it, statutory holidays?
well, if it's on your weekend, yes.
No, even if it's not on my weekends, I'm still entitled to.
Well, regardless, but still, they're the weekend. They're here with us. So
I just try not to pull this sort of crap with her when they're on her weekend.
actually, we never do. So
No.
it's her when they're with us. actually, the judge even told us the last time. Yeah, the police department was actually supposed to get a copy of the orders, so we didn't have this.
We don't have a copy.
You guys should. We had to send it to you guys the last time this happened.
Okay. Yeah, these get, as you're probably aware, get really hairy for us.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
believe that.
Not in the business of ripping kids out of their parents' homes.
No, no
It
one
does.
is. So.
I have seen them before where I just read briefly in this one it says shall, and that for us is a crappy word because it means I must.
We know because
So,
we went through this
yeah,
over the past
so I
couple
know
of
you're
years.
saying-
Okay, but what happens if you're found to be unlawfully entering them?
Because if it is our weekend, you guys
So-
take it away from us?
I
Yeah.
think that's why I'm going to make sure, but I'm just letting you know if
Yeah.
it says I shall do something and it falls outside of your time, then I shall.
But we've been, I understand that. I know what you have to do, but we have never kept them from her when it's her time. Never once. So.
No, again, this is my first time meeting
Yeah.
you guys.
I know, you can
I'm
only
really
go by, you
relaxed,
don't
dude.
know.
I do apologize about
Nope,
this.
You got to do what you got to do, man. I got no problem with that.
I appreciate it. Like I said, this happens every year, and I'm just so sick of it. Social media needs to get a hold of this, and
I couldn't word these any.
Oh, no,
like I
trust me,
said-
the first one's even
Yeah.
more confusing.
like I said, her lawyer did it up. That's why it's so shifty.
So you are the first page. First Monday. So let me just make sure I'm reading this correctly. So it says you will be the, let's see here. Okay, so the first Monday in August at 9 a.m. until the 2nd.
Yeah,
So
so,
there's the first Monday.
right to here.
That's the second.
So this was our weekend right here with them. The third and the
First.
fourth was
Yeah.
our scheduled weekend. with
and
them.
then you start the Monday.
Exactly.
So and then it continues to the 12th.
Yeah, she gets
Okay.
them here.
For
This-
the uninterrupted week.
The uninterrupted
Okay.
week
Which-
to the 19th, which was our weekend that she had them, which is fine.
Okay.
Then the Thursday immediately following, which was the 22nd, which is her weekend, but the judge asks that Devin gets the kids on that weekend because he hasn't seen them for almost 2 weeks. So that's what the judge asked, and the regular schedule is this weekend.
Okay, so when's this end? Because I'm reading here. So it says the mother's holiday time shall be from the second Monday in July. Okay, so we're past July.
Yeah.
And the second Monday in August until the third Monday in August. So
Yeah.
that would be
There
here,
to there.
So that's the
Yeah.
19th. Okay. And then the balance of the summer shall be in accordance with the regular schedule of the
Which
father
this
enters
is-
overnight on the Thursdays and immediately following those ones. Those holiday periods. Okay, so that's the Monday.
Which, for that, you'd have to go back to our regular document.
Do you have that one?
We do.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Alright, so, okay, so run me through this. So here, kids went back with
Mom.
Yep, it's the 19th.
Until there,
Well, actually, technically, that's her
Yeah.
full week, but she had
Okay.
them until
the
22nd.
Okay, and then when did you get them?
20
Got them for the Thursday, as that states,
per-
for the weekend.
to Monday morning that she came and got them.
Okay.
And then they came back for this weekend, which is our weekend.
Thursday through the
So
weekend.
she dropped them off on the 29th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Actually, she dropped them off on Wednesday
Because she had no
because
sitter for the kids for
Okay.
overnight shift.
So she brought them on the 29th,
Yeah.
and then today is the 30th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I know.
And
Oh,
That's,
and actually,
sorry, this is mine.
Okay, might be easier.
I keep track because I work at a nursing home. I work every other weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
It's easy to keep track because my weekends we have off is when we have the kids.
Okay.
So, sorry, I apologize.
No.
It doesn't go any bigger. So what color are the kids? The red
Red.
are the
Kids.
kids, and the blue is right off.
Okay, so the
So this
You
is
had
our
the-
week here.
okay, and then
sorry,
you had
yeah.
the
Yeah,
this
her
second Monday.
exactly her uninterrupted week right
Yep.
here, and then we get the kids back here. I
Yep.
didn't put this weekend in because it screws up my calendar.
Okay.
And then
They went
actually
back on
yes,
the 25th.
25th, the
Or
20,
she picked
yeah,
the
25th, and this is our weekend here. So this is my weekend.
Okay, so you on your calendar are showing until September 2nd. Is
Well,
that the first day of school?
No, September 2nd
Third's
is a Tuesday.
the-
I stop
I
on the
see.
Monday
So
Yeah.
you should have them until
Till
the
the
first.
third. The third.
Till the third.
To school.
Oh, to school. On the
Yeah.
third.
Stat holidays. It's part of our court order too.
Fair enough. Okay. Do you mind if I hold this?
Yeah.
Go talk to my partner. Sorry, a lot of.
No, it's okay.
I
No.
just want to make sure everything's correct.
Oh, that's fine.
Like we said last year, it happened too. So
Yeah.
I got it. It's all good.
But I know it's
It's
confusing.
weird. They almost need to just make a calendar and
No,
just go,
I
this
know.
day, this day. You know what
That's
I
why
mean?
I have it in my calendar, so
Okay.
it's easier to remember.
So I just want to make sure everyone's trying to read it the right way. So what I'm seeing here, I'll just read this last sentence. So the balance of the summer shall be in accordance with the regular schedule. So from my understanding, you get them Thursdays no matter what.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
alternates weekends.
Correct.
Okay. So immediately following the respondent mother's holiday. So from
That's
my
an-
understanding,
I know where you're going with this. That's not how it's supposed to be read.
Okay, let me just
Yeah,
hear me
let him
out.
finish,
Hear me
let him
out.
finish.
So her holidays ended the 19th.
Yeah.
You got the Thursday,
Yeah.
and then that was your weekend, right?
That was her.
That was her
weekend
weekend,
that we got
what-
them.
which was given by the courts.
Okay.
That was not my regular weekend.
I'll show you how I'm reading.
Yeah.
This. So you got them the weekend. They were dropped off. I know the Wednesday, but technically the Thursday. And then how I'm reading the rest of this, it goes back to normal. Well, she would have them for this weekend.
No,
It goes back to our regular access, which is this weekend. Which was
which
why it was
wa-
confusing in the
which
last
it
one,
was
too.
set up this way to avoid me losing hours at work because I work every weekend, which I took every other weekend off
Yep.
for this fact.
So basically, what you're telling me is this. So the 24th and 25th weekend was technically hers, but you took.
Yes.
So did you have back-to-back weekends?
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
I
It's been like
see.
that the last 2 summers now.
Yes.
Okay.
This is why I said this
okay.
is going to be unlawful entry if you guys enter my home.
And again,
Yeah.
I know you guys got to do your job.
so I just want to reiterate.
Yeah.
I can read it to you on here. If I'm going to make some calls, if it is deemed that this is the way it's going to be, it would be lawful because the court order says we shall, right?
Yeah.
So if we have grounds that they're here, you've told me they're here. I'm just
Yeah.
letting you know.
No, I know that.
I wouldn't do anything to infringe your rights. That's what I'm telling
No,
you.
I totally get it. But
So,
just pre-warning you guys that
Yeah.
I know my law. I
No,
know
for sure.
that it's my weekend.
Yep.
And you guys will be found accountable for unlawful entry. So
for sure. Okay, I will talk to my partner.
That's right. She ain't winning this one. So if I sell to bed, I need to start keeping the other one, original one, handy.
the original one doesn't state what my weekends actually are.
No, right, does it? It just goes by every other week.
Yep.
They're confused too.
Yeah, because how Katie's lawyer did the fucking paperwork up.
Oh yeah, they made her do it.
Uh-huh.
That was wrong.
Yes, it was. And I kind of hope they break down the door because that'll be her lawyer's ass. Yes, Jennifer Swan, I am referring to you.
We're gonna go through this every August, aren't we?
Yep. This is why I'm making sure that social media gets a hold of this. Because it's only a matter of time before these guys decide to kick down my door one of these years. There is no proper scheduling, officer. They screwed up the court order.
Right? The courts, like, it's tough. They're not printing off like a.
No, I know.
Right?
I know.
It's not,
and
it's not
I don't know if
actual-
your partners disclosed to you, but I'm recording everything, so.
Okay.
But
So, based on what I've learned here today, is that you guys have said that you've had the children for this weekend and this weekend.
no, it was this weekend because the judge says we get them immediately following, but our regular schedule is this
We
weekend.
were supposed to
Okay.
have them for this weekend, but that was her uninterrupted week with them, which is why I was granted this weekend immediately following her week to give me time back. This weekend is my regular weekend.
And it has been that way for
Based
2
on
years.
based on what I see here in the order.
This was a draft that was written up after the fact of our initial,
Yeah.
and it was her lawyer that wrote it up.
Okay.
Therefore, I'm pretty sure she deliberately screwed up the wording.
Again.
Okay. Well, whether it's deliberate or not, right? This is a signed document from the courthouse, signed by a justice of the peace, right?
Well, like I said, you guys are more than welcome to do your job.
Yeah.
Entering my home is going to be considered unlawful entry. It's out of my hands.
We've always had them like this weekend, like even on my calendar. Like if she says this our last weekend was our weekend, and we go back to every other weekend, that's going to flip weekends.
Okay.
Devin works those weekends, and you'll never see the kids. So our regular scheduled weekends are this weekend. So
Based on what I'm reading here, okay, so the respondent's mother, and then so this is July,
yeah,
so we go to August.
Okay.
So the second Monday in August,
which is the 12th.
okay, we're at the right day, so we're at the 12th. So she,
Had them,
Had them
the
for the
whole
week.
so I would have them to the 19th.
Correct.
Correct. So that means that weekend would be her weekend. Am I
Correct.
correct?
Yes.
No, that would actually be our weekend. That was just her week with them, which nullified my weekend. Yeah, make
Yeah,
sure
but
you're
it's the
careful
summer.
on your wording, hon.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, as I was telling your lovely
Yeah.
partner here. All right, I keep my track schedule working my damn nursing
No,
home.
that's all right. I understand.
All right, I'm gonna go back to where it's easier here, where it's not so much bloody information here. All right, August. Our week with the kids was started here. Our weekends are in red.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have the red, the 4th.
Yeah, that's
So which makes sense because this weekend in the order, this week, the
It's
12th
hers.
to the 19th, hers.
yeah.
And then it also says, the third week. So we go from the second Monday in August until the third Monday in August, which is the 19th.
Yes.
Which the way that court
and then-
order reads is to go back to our regular
Your
And if
schedule.
you go back to our regular schedule, I'm just going to find something that doesn't have 100,000 different things on it. That's our regular,
So-
September, sorry, regular
So
schedule.
September. So that would mean red is you have kids.
Yes.
So September 7th says no. And then so it would say you have them here.
Yeah, and that's the
But
court
then you
order.
have-
That was the court order saying that.
Well, there's nothing regarding the court order for this week. the
these
third
3
week.
days right here.
Yeah.
That was the Thursday immediately following. So
Yes.
that's her week was right here. She ended here the Thursday immediately following after her week would be the 22nd.
Yeah, it says the father should have the children on overnight on the Thursday immediately following.
Along with the weekend.
So there's the Thursday is the 29th.
No, 22nd. You know, the week following
22nd.
2nd to the 25th, because it would say the immediate Thursday and the weekend.
We're in
following.
limbo here. There's not a proper wording.
I know.
And you know what? Like, it's just, there's no proper wording. Like, how is it supposed to, it says, this is the summer
Yeah.
schedule. Summer schedule ends in the third.
I know,
that
and
Monday
this is
of the
why I'm
third
going to
week.
put up with this every year, which is why I'm recording
She did
this
this
so I
last
can
year,
slap
too.
it on social media.
Like,
So
Like
that's
this
why I
weekend here,
said,
they said, yeah.
be my guest,
She did this
unlawfully
last year,
enter.
too. She's like, last
It is
year-
going to social media.
last
Again,
last
that's
summer
totally-
she did this
totally
too. Like the
fine. We
meet
just
the
wanna make
throughout the weekend to
sure
meet. Yeah,
If we do go in, I'm not saying we are, it is.
yeah.
It's
The
because
week,
it says shall, right? The order says shall.
I
right?
totally get it.
Any of those.
but last year we did the same thing. Last year she gave us
She's
the
been
weekend to
misusing
evening
you
after.
guys on a regular basis, and honestly, I want to see her get charged for it. So, be my guest, unlawfully enter.
But like we are keeping up. Like last weekend, like weekend before, like okay, yeah, that's what they said. She went by that. We had them for the weekend.
Okay.
But our regular schedule, as I said, is this weekend. Which, as I said, for the last 3 years I've been around, it's been this weekend.
Okay.
And so, which is
Let me just make a quick phone call. I want to confer with the sergeant, and I'm gonna get some direction on how we can go here to help you both out. Okay.
Like I said, I ain't
honestly,
negotiating this
I'm
time
not here to
because
take anyone's kids away and say
No.
they have to be here, have to be there. But I also want to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence and making sure I'm fair and equitable to both of you. Are we good on that point?
Yeah.
Mind if I borrow this document while I speak to my
I
sergeant?
don't know.
Just because I want to be clear, my sergeant is just going to swing by, take a read through the orders, and then we're going to see how we can proceed from here, okay? Because just like I said, I don't want to swing either way and upset anyone, and I don't want to do anything that I'm not supposed to or I'm not within the powers to do.
like I said, I'm not opening my door to you, so
Yeah, I understand that.
you guys will have to
And-
kick it in.
That's not my intentions, nor do I plan to do that.
I hope not either, but this is the point that I'm at. I'm fed up with her crap every year. This is the same shit that I put up with. And, well, now I'm leaving it on you guys. You guys want to kick in my door? Kick in my door. Like, I know you don't, but that's what it's going to come to as soon as she says, go kick in his door.
The problem is that I don't see anything regarding
Actual dates?
How with the actual it says it's tough,
I
right?
know.
Because they want to make the order enforceable for years to come.
But they
So
do
that's why they
nothing.
say the first Monday of this, the second Monday of this, right? And as opposed to giving actual physical date, because the 29th this year is not the 29th next year, right?
Yep.
So I just want to,
No,
like I said, make sure I'm well within my right here.
like I
And,
said,
I
I
don't
totally.
see a whole lot about, like, it doesn't talk about a regular schedule, and the transition is in the
Hazy.
documents, very unclear to me. So,
No, I totally understand. Like I said, I went through this last year, and it's going to keep happening. So
Yeah.
if you guys can
Oh,
put
it's
this into a
unfortunate.
file that it actually gets recognized,
yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
because like I said, this happened last year. I asked for a report to be put in, so it wouldn't come to this year.
regardless, whether a report or not is put in or not, it gives us some preface on what happened, but it becomes a whole new issue, right? So my sergeant's on his way. I'm just going to have him take a read over the documents, and then we'll advise you on where we're going from here. Does that sound good, sir?
Sounds good to me.
Sorry about taking so much time on this, but like you said, it's important to your kids, so we want to make sure we're doing right by everyone. Do you have, by chance, the original?
Let me
So,
see if I can
order
pull-
two?
let me see.
Not that it matters. I could just
the
grab
ori-
it from her as well. 'cause she
The
has it.
original order doesn't show anything either.
It
It
does-
on
the one that we got before
About
this one, it only
schedules
lays
and
out
crap.
what holidays and
Okay.
Halloween and all that. It never actually says the dates on anything. That
So
actually is
we're
more
left to
friggin'
fend for
confusing
ourselves
than
on that.
What's that?
We're
Sorry?
left to fend for ourselves
Yeah,
on that.
which is not really fair and not.
No, it's not. It's not fair to my children.
No, absolutely not.
because now they're in there and we're out here dealing with you guys, and they want to go swimming and everything else.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's summer. So last Friday. He's on his way, so we'll get this cleared up as soon as we can for you guys, and that way everyone can hopefully resume their regularly scheduled Friday.
like unless she's got something to prove that it's not my weekend.
Like I said to you,
So
guys,
that's
for,
the thing, like
for 3 years, this has been the weekend. This is our weekend.
and if there's no documentation on either side, and you can't even prove that it's your weekend or not your weekend, and she can't even prove that it's your weekend or not your weekend, that makes it tough for either direction.
Well,
Yeah.
like we
So-
said, both of us have jobs, and both of
Yeah.
us have this weekend
No,
off for a
100%.
reason. So there's
Like,
plenty
even-
of evidence that we have the kids on this
I was gonna
weekend.
say, because I used to work in a nursing home, and just I have every other weekend off because we have the kids, and they were so short this weekend they completed like no, the kids are here this
Yeah.
weekend, so they can't do it. So, but every other weekend, even the work staff knows. It says they ask me to work on this weekend. I tell them no, because for 3 years that it says we've had them on this weekend. I don't.
All right. Sorry about that. Hang tight.
Yep.
We'll just preface our sergeant when he arrives, and then we'll come have a chat with both of you, sort things out,
Yeah.
give you the direction we're going, and then we'll do whatever we can to assist either of you, and we'll put in a report at the end documenting what happened. Okay?
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told your partners there. I am recording.
Yeah, sure. Do what you gotta do. That is your right. Okay, please explain to me why you object to the document.
Because my regular scheduled weekend is this weekend.
How so?
Because
Show-
that's
on the calendar. Show my partner here, and document it if you want. But if you're wrong, you're going to be creating evidence against yourself for family court. So please be correct here, because
Be
if
my
you're
guest.
wrong, you're
Be
going to be
my
causing
guest.
problems for yourself. So just explain to us.
this here was my weekend.
Okay.
This here would have been my weekend, but it was her week.
So that doesn't
Which-
matter.
I was granted this weekend, which then our schedule by that court order is to resume our regular schedule, which would be my weekend.
Okay. So when did she finish her vacation?
19th.
19th. And then read that line you were saying.
So the balance of the summer shall be in accordance with the regular schedule, with the applicant's father having the children overnight on the Thursday immediately following the mother's holiday periods.
Okay.
So that would be
Continue reading,
the
please.
22nd, as well as the weekend immediately following the respondent's mother's period,
Which would be that
this
weekend.
Okay.
Which was
would
not
you-
my weekend. It
Okay.
was her weekend,
Yep.
which
But it
means
just said it was
that
supposed to be your weekend.
no, that was just granting me that weekend, and then
It's
to
our regular-
resume
So what's the
schedule.
normal? Okay. Well,
This is my
aside
regular
from
weekend.
vacation,
Our,
do you have that documented? Like previously?
This, there is no actual documents that show weekends or anything like that.
Well,
Never
show me
had-
So-
like the pattern of you
Here.
having the kids.
She's got a schedule on her phone.
All right, August is confusing, as I said. I'm going to go back to say, let's go here, July. So our weekends with the kids are in red. So here is our weekend here. So the 6th was our weekend with them.
Yep.
The 20th, the 3rd.
Okay.
It would have been the 17th. But that was Katie's weekend.
Yep.
This is the week that immediately following because we missed our weekend.
Wow.
That was close. Our weekend immediately following, so we missed. And
That
then
happens all
back
the
to
time
our
around
weekend
here.
again.
Yeah,
So
that's
if this was our
right.
weekend,
Right.
then we'd be back to this weekend here.
Okay, so where are we at here?
We are right here. So September. Here we go. That would be a little more easier to read.
And
The
the
kids
court-
are
Why are
red.
we looking at September?
Okay.
Because this is
a little less confusing because everything jumbled on this. So if we go back to like the reds of the weekends of the kids, so the 11th, the 25th, and then we go to June, we go to the 8th, the 22nd, July, the 6th, the 20th, August would be the
Okay,
3rd.
but so is it my understanding that the vacation time kind of interrupts your
Yes,
pattern?
it does. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's
Okay.
why we got them.
That's
we
why
did-
the
we did-
second order was put in place.
because
so,
we had a really kerfuffle over it last year.
yes, which Miss Saunders' lawyer was the one who writ that up. So it's understandable why it's
A little
It is
confusing.
a little bit.
convoluted.
Yeah, like this is only the second summer we've had this. Last year we had an issue too. Nothing actually, you guys weren't called because the lawyers were still around.
no, they got called last year.
Were they here last year?
Okay, let's
It
go
was a
over it one
different-
more time. Starting off the end of her vacation, and then you explain to me what happens.
What
her
happens?
vacation ended here, right? The
And
third
then
week.
I get them.
You get 'em on
and
I
then
apologize.
she held them until the Thursday.
Which,
Yep.
yeah, because that's her week during with them. She gets them during the
so
week.
then you get them for the one day, or do you get them for the weekend?
We got them for the
one.
weekend.
It's supposed to be the one day, but she never does anything for the
Okay, that's what I'm
Friday.
talking about.
Yeah.
Just tell me what happened. So this is your one day,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
our one day.
but you kept them for the weekend.
In that court order, as well as the weekend,
That's what it said. And then our,
and then to resume my regular week.
So what you're saying is this is the reset week,
yeah, that last week of August is
and
the
what
reset.
she's saying is this is the reset. week.
No, the end of
Which it's not.
August
That's
is
where
It-
the
it
discrepancy
doesn't
is
reset.
where it ends.
Our court order was set in place so that my weekend would never change because I work weekends and I've had to take every other weekend off for my children. This is my weekend off.
You see where we're at, though, right? How it's
I-
confusing.
I totally
It
get
is
it.
very confusing because
Like I said, it was her lawyer that writ it up, which makes it this confusing.
You guys almost need actual dates for the year.
Oh, we
outlined.
would love to sit down
Like an
and do
appendix
that.
for a calendar.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
literally
but
if you
I'm
had a
not
calendar.
paying for another freaking.
Yeah,
I don't blame
it's
you.
expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your weekend off,
Yes.
right? And basically, this boils down to who wants the kids for the long weekend, right?
Which is technically our weekend with them.
I
So,
mean, you believe it's your
It is
well, it
my
is our
weekend.
going
weekend.
based on the fact that you have every second weekend off, and every time you're
Correct.
off work, you get the kids.
Both our
Correct.
schedules are week. We off the same weekend. We have the kids. So
Yeah.
So ignoring vacation time, if nobody went on vacation and you just follow the schedule, this would have been your week.
Yes.
correct.
And you're saying the reset week is next week?
No, it'll be this week.
This
This week
Is
here.
this week?
She's
Yeah.
saying it reset last week.
But if we reset last week, that means we get them on the weekends that we both work, and there's no one here to watch the kids.
Yeah.
So